What's good, my YouTube friends and family members and Dragon Riders alike? Welcome back, and today we're here with something that I've been meaning to get my hands on since it first came out. Now today we're here to look at the Toothless and Hiccup figure set from DreamWorks' How to Train Your Dragon's Isle of Berk that is only available exclusively to Universal's newest theme park that had opened up earlier this year called Epic Universe. Now, even though I never went to the Isle of Berk, which I really do want to go to, but I was able to order this off of eBay since the official merch website was apparently sold out because I couldn't find any of it on their website. But I was able to find this on eBay for $79.17. And it said it was supposed to be here on December 28th or 29th, but apparently luck came in today and we're here to open up on Black Friday because I originally got this item as a Black Friday item. So hey, we're doing an unboxing video on Black Friday. And while Black Friday shopping, I also went to Box Lunch and found this little Toothless popsicle that we will be taking a look at the end of the video. But for now, let's look at the Hiccup and Toothless figure set. Now, this is the main point of this video, so we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Hiccup and Toothless figure set. And on the back of the box, you can see many different things you could do with this. Like, Hiccup comes with his mask and sword. This Toothless has lights and sounds and a flexible tail with flapping wings, and it has light up eyes. And when you press down on a button on Toothless's spine, the wings flap as well. And the item was originally $53, but whoever I bought it from took the price tag off. And that's just what the side of the box looks like. And here's an overhead view of the whole thing. There it says How to Train Your Dragon Isle of Berk, Epic Universe, or Universal Studios. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get these guys out of the box and see what we're working with. Alright, so Toothless is still inside the packaging, but first let's take a look at Hiccup. Now, this Hiccup is actually pretty big in comparison to my other Viking figures, but we'll get to that in a minute. Now, I really like how they did Hiccup with all the movie accurate designs and all the patterns and stuff. Like, Spin Master never really put this much attention to detail with their How to Train Your Dragon Viking figures. Like, props to Universal for actually getting most of the paint on Hiccup right. And I even love the fact that they included Hiccup's scar on the figure. Like, they did not have to put that much attention to detail. And they even put the little badge on Hiccup's armor. The only thing I will say is that I wish that the underarms of Hiccup were also the same color as his pants, just like how they are in the movie, but I could paint that on myself later, but that's just a little nitpick. And the compass could also use some paint too. But other than that, it's actually a pretty cool Hiccup figure. And as for classic articulations, he has a rotationable head, shoulders, hips to ride Toothless, and bendable knees. Bendable knees. Yep. Bendable flipping knees. Oh, I didn't even notice this. The right leg can actually move, so I'm guessing that this is made for this Hiccup to ride on the Toothless that he came with. And speaking of coming with, pause, this Hiccup comes with his flame sword Inferno. Not bad of a design, although I wish they could have just given the handle of the sword a bit more movie accurate design rather than just painting it brown. But other than that, still pretty cool. I like how the flames are transparent as always. And he also comes with his little mask. So let's just assemble him with all his gear. And here we have Hiccup with his flame sword and flight mask on. And another thing while putting these things on Hiccup, I noticed another piece of articulation is that his forearms can also rotate at a angle, so you could position him holding his stuff in any way you want. Have him doing that. And yeah, you can even have him doing that as well. So yeah, this is actually my favorite Hiccup figure that we've gotten in any of the How to Train Your Dragon franchises. Stand up straight. So yeah, this is actually my favorite Hiccup figure. And doing a bit of scale comparison to the How to Train Your Dragon 2 Hiccup that we got back in 2014. Now, yeah, this figure is definitely more taller than the old Hiccup we've gotten. In fact, let's just get out the old ruler and see how tall he is. So this Hiccup is usually scaled up to about 3 inches tall. Well, meanwhile, stand up, damn it. This one is at, wow, 4.5 inches tall. So, yep, definitely 1.5 inches more taller than this Hiccup. But now, let's move on to Toothless. And we finally got Toothless outside the package, but now we have to play a little game of how to build your dragon. So we'll be right back after these commercial breaks. Popsicle! And we're finally back from commercial break, and here we have Toothless 100% assembled. Now, honestly, looking at him, this definitely has to be one of, if not my most favorite Toothless yet. I mean, they got pretty much everything spot on with him. The face, the scales, everything. He has a rotationable head. They even got a little thing for Hiccup to put his foot on. Rotationable feet. Everything. Like, they got him spot the hell fuck on. Like, the only thing I would say is wrong is that the things around his foot is supposed to be silver instead of brown, but that's okay. I could just do that myself later. But other than that, everything is really good with him. The saddle and everything as well. And they even got a little thing that Hiccup can grab onto. And I really love how they got attention to detail with Toothless's movie accurate features with the bent up tail spikes right here. Like in the movie, Toothless has some bent up spines from when he crash landed after Hiccup shot him down. And the tail is actually pretty accurate, not gonna lie. Although it would have been cool to see this same design underneath here like how we do in the movies. But anyway, as for his action feature, there is a little power thing that saves Toothless's power. So let's go ahead and pull that out. And let's turn him on. And then there is this is the button that you're supposed to press to activate the wing flapping and the lights and sounds. So let's go ahead and see what that looks like in motion. Ooh, all right, not gonna lie, that's actually cool. Hold on, let me face it towards y'all. Okay. Alright, now I'm not gonna lie, that's actually kind of cool. And as for a quick scale comparison, here is the Power Dragon Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon 2 back in 2014. Now, yeah, this Toothless is definitely way bigger than this Toothless. Like, honestly, when I purchased the order, I thought that this Toothless was going to be the same size as this average Toothless, but oh boy was I wrong. And now, with Hiccup and Toothless together, let's see if we can get these two to sit on their saddle, or Toothless's saddle. Alright, and after some time, we finally got Hiccup on top of the saddle, and not gonna lie, I actually really like the way they did it. So you have Hiccup put his foot on this foot level thing, which is pretty obvious, but as for his prosthetic leg, there's actually a little piece of the saddle that you put on the hole where Hiccup's prosthetic leg is, and that actually helps it stick on pretty good. So he is strapped in there. Now let's see if we can do the Dairy Queen Blizzard test real quick. Hold on. Alright, now it's time for the Dairy Queen Blizzard test, which, if you don't know what that is, by the way, it's something that took inspiration from the YouTuber Squirrel Stampede, where he also unboxes How to Train Your Dragon figures, and he does the Dairy Queen Blizzard test where he flips it upside down to see if the rider can be able to stay or fall off the saddle. And as for Hiccup, with this one, he stays on the saddle pretty well, not gonna lie. Well done. And with Hiccup on the saddle, let's test out those light effects to see if anything happens with Hiccup on the saddle. So nothing really different, but yeah, this is actually a pretty cool set. If you're a huge fan of How to Train Your Dragon and really love the franchise and collecting merch, I would highly recommend getting this. Remember, it's only exclusive to Epic Universe at the Isle of Berk. So if you want that, you're going to have to go take a flight to Orlando, Florida. And for a last quick scale comparison, here is this Toothless and Hiccup right next to the same Power Dragon Hiccup and Toothless that I've shown you throughout this whole video, with Hiccup and Toothless riding together. And yeah, this guy is definitely 10 times smaller compared to this big, ginormous fella right here. So yeah, honestly, this one has the better movie accurate designs for the duo compared to Spin Master. I mean, Spin Master has had their fair share of good How to Train Your Dragon figures throughout their years, but yeah, Universal definitely did their thing. But yeah, that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this toy unboxing video. And honestly, I feel kind of hot. I wish I had something to cool me off. Oh wait, I do. Don't think I didn't forgot. We forgot to look at the How to Train Your Dragon Toothless Popsicle. I found this thing at Box Lunch while Black Friday shopping. Cost me $14.90. And apparently this is the only How to Train Your Dragon themed popsicle that they gave us. And there's two ways to display this thing. One with him standing up and one with him sideways. And yep. Now, without any stalling, let's get him outside the package. And here is the Toothless Popsicle outside of its package. Now, this is actually a pretty cool collectible. Like, I know about these certain kind of popsicles. Like, I know they made some of these based off of the classic SpongeBob popsicles, which were a childhood favorite, by the way. And honestly, if the Ice Cream Man was to actually have these as a kid, as actual ice cream, I would go nuts. Fucking nuts, I tell ya. But honestly, there's not much you can do with this figure besides display him either laying down looking like he's melting, or there's a little peg right here for where you can also have him look like he's standing up on his own. And yeah, that's pretty much it with this thing. Pretty cool. And now, with that being said, that is going to conclude this toy unboxing video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to comment, like, and or subscribe. Y'all already know what to do. And to confirm, if you watched my full video from beginning to end, make sure you comment 5 money bag emojis. And also, let me know if you guys also went Black Friday shopping. And if you did, what did you buy? And yeah, with that being said, I'll catch you all in the next video. Until then, peace out, my fellow Dragon Riders.